Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, SlyGolds, and welcome to the Sly One Stop Championship match between our top two finalists of Season 1. We have Baconman. Hello, Baconman.
Hi.
Hi. And we also have Mapiotho. Hello, Map.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I will be one half of your commentary team today. My name is Nave, creator of S.T.O.P, and I'm also joined here by Ostrava. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Eighth place finisher here.
8th place finisher indeed. Okay. Let's go ahead and start getting set up for the very first SlyGolds stream of 2024. Can you guys believe that? That's kind of insane, huh? So, with that said, I have now provided the seed to our runners for stop, and we're going to be revealing our task list. Drum roll, please. There it is. Okay, so starting off, our very first task will be the Luck of the Irish. And in order to complete this task, the runners must collect all freestanding Lucky Charms in any level that contains at least 2, and then use them all before collecting the key at the end of the level. Next up.
And next up on the list, we have Pog Dog Track, a favorite of the community, where we all have to complete the race in World 2.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a fan favorite right there. Next up is another fan favorite, Where We Droppin'. This one is that the runners must hear Raleigh say Fortnite, or another language equivalent, in the gunboat graveyard in World 1. They have to listen to the full dialogue from start to finish for the task to be considered complete.
Next on the list, we have All Bark No Bite, where you must defeat all dog guards in a level before completing the level, and the applicable levels in World 2.
Yeah, and they also have to collect the key in vault there as well. Next up, we'll have The Water's Fine, and that is about collecting the dive ability from a vault. So, you know, a little bit of synergy there with some vault tasks. But not only do they have to collect dive, they also have to make sure that they end the run with dive. So our runners today are on Remaster, so there's not quite as much, save load shenanigans going on there as it is in original, but that can be pretty impactful in some certain scenarios. Next up,
Is You Monster, where you must watch the cutscene where the Panda King launches the firework rocket in World 4 in APA.
You Monster. Yeah, that one is so sad. And then we also have Extra Extra. That one is that they have to watch at least one of the newspaper cutscenes after defeating a world boss. You know, those funny cutscenes where you beat Raleigh or whatever. And then Carmelita shows up, sends them to jail, and they put it in the newspaper. And it's always really cute, really funny.
Then again, we're racing 2 times a day with Pog Ice Track. Got to do the World 4's race as well.
Yo, double race, let's go. And then our final non-boss related task is Cold Date. That is watching the cutscene with Carmelita before the chase sequence begins in Duel by the Dragon in World 4. So, Carm fans, rise up.
And our boss task for the night is Oh No He Didn't, where both runners will have to play all the way to the end of the game and beat Clockwork how it should be.
A fitting climactic end for the Stop Grand Championship match, end of Season 1 here. I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys are as well. If you're interested on getting some more information about Stop, what the heck is it? What is this special tasks and operations program? You can go ahead and type !stop in the chat as I have just done for you there, and that will give you all sorts of information about it. You can also sign up for the Stop League, where you can, join the stoppers and race with us for Season 2. That'll be coming up shortly after this race. So, With all of that said, Bacon Man, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm about ready.
Excellent. Mapiotho, are you ready? Map, are you there? Are you ready? Earth to map. Might be having some technical issues on Mapiotho's side. He seems to be lagging a bit. Hopefully he can hear us. Okay, I see that he's got his Paris, France file ready to be loaded. So although we're unable to hear him, I believe that he is ready. So I'm gonna start the countdown in the race room for our runners here, and we'll be starting in about 10 seconds. So here go. Let me just get the let me get our racers readied up in the race room. We're gonna force start 3, 2, 1. Okay, and it's counting down. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! Our runners will be starting right now. Surely, at any second. There we go. You know how it is on SlyGolds. We always have a little bit of a delay from the countdown to the start. So I'm really interested to see what our runners are going to be doing in terms of their routing for these tasks. We definitely do see that we have a little bit of a delay on Mapiotho's side from, I guess, his internet issues. So while it looks like Bacon Man is ahead right now, I'm sure they're pretty much about even at the moment, both having a very clean Paris. What would be your thoughts on the routing here, Ostrava?
Mm, the thing is, there's nothing really condensed where there's has to be any crazy routing. If both runners really wanted to, they could easily have done Void Drown here in World 1 if they wanted,
That's true. That's
but
true. I'm a big Void Drown fan, so I would love to see that. But like you said, I don't think they got their charm. So maybe they're planning on getting the dive ability from the vault in ASA.
it's very simple to get the ASA bottles and move on forward to just start the run with dive and continue.
Yeah.
There's not much of a time loss there in the overall scheme of things.
Yeah, I think throughout the past several months where, we've had all of our stop races, basically, if there's any sort of vault task available, then foregoing the Void Drown to just do ASA bottles is a very popular choice. It doesn't happen every time. It can depend a little bit on how you decide to route based on all of the tasks as a whole, not just one, but it's definitely a popular choice. We also have the classic Remaster taking 25 minutes to actually start the run. Lots of resets, just getting into ASA. But I think Bacon Man must be playing on SSD because it seems like these loads are pretty fast. And I think Mapiotho has one as well.
Yeah, Mappy should have an SSD as well.
Excellent. So they should be on pretty even footing in that regard. Like I said, both runners here on Remaster, but to anybody interested in joining S.T.O.P, you are welcome to play on Remaster or Original. We have players who do both, or just one specific one. And yeah, we would love to see more stoppers for Season 2 coming up after today's race. Well, not directly after today's race. I got plans in store, but not too long. Anyways, we see Bacon Man is going out of bounds, not for the Void Drown, but for some other route in order to avoid the Bentley cutscene at the end of that tunnel there. That's pretty clever. I like
wouldn't
that.
be surprised if Big Man's going to be doing slingshot here.
Let's see. It looks like he is going for that boost jump. Ooh. Missed on the first one. I'm sure he'll get it soon.
Mappy's also doing the same movement.
Nice job, Map. Yeah, as mentioned, Map had a little bit of an internet issue. So while it appears that he is behind at the moment, They're probably pretty equal depending on how long it takes Map to hit the boost jump, since Baconman did have a few tries there.
Well,
Oh,
no,
first try pauseless. That was insane. Both of these runners really demonstrating why they are the top two finalists of the S.T.O.P League this season. Baconman looking pretty good. I don't think he got the distance he needed, actually. He just launched straight up. And that's fine. He'll just continue on regardless. Mapiotho, though, I didn't see what happened on his side. Did you catch it, Ostrava?
I think he just boost jumped and just went forward.
Gotcha. He didn't go for the
Didn't
slingshot.
go for
I
a
see.
slingshot.
Well, with that, Mapiotho's the first to be grabbing the key and getting out of ASA here.
And both runners have forgone getting bottles here in ASA, so I wonder where both of them are going to get it. A big thing
True.
also here that I can see with Pog Dog Track, they might just choose to get the 3 keys instead of doing World 2 skip this time around.
Yeah, because they'll probably get the one for Rocky Start. I mean, they could skip that, but it's only like, it's not much of a time save. How much does the door skip in Rocky Start save? Like 10, 15 seconds?
No clue, but it's not big enough to get you an edge in this race.
Yeah, obviously if you're running like any percent for top times, then it's, maybe worth it. But in a stop race, it's usually consistency that you wanna go for, and efficient routing. But I believe, okay, we see on Mapiotho's side he has entered Gunboat Graveyard, but he's not doing anything. Why is that? It is because we can't hear it, but he's listening to the Raleigh dialogue to hear him say Fortnite or another language equivalent in order to complete the where we drop in task. So as soon as we see him exit out of here, we'll know that he has finished it. I'm assuming Mapiotho's plan is probably listen to this dialogue, go fight Raleigh, view map out of Raleigh, and come back here to do his bottles for dive. I'm not really sure why he didn't just do it both at the same time, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has another plan for his bottles.
And Baconman is also just choosing to do bottles. The thing is, at least for myself, who's not that versed on 100% or all vaults or all keys for Sly1,
Mhm.
you can pretty much get most of the bottles before Raleigh says Fortnite in this level.
Yeah, it's a very short level, even without doing this cane jump rope skip that we normally do for all keys. Uh, it's still such a short level that, as Australia says, you can get all the bottles pretty fast. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of
Ooh,
surprised that Map didn't get his bottles here, but I'm sure he has some sort of evil plan in place.
Baconman losing his charm there. Gonna have to get another after Raleigh.
True, true. Luckily, it's not too big of a deal because there is one if you just exit level like right next to you, but if he doesn't do Cletus and has to waste it on, avoiding learning about laser security, then, maybe that charm routing there could become a little awkward for him.
Yeah, there's always the backup and back alley heist.
That's true. And with this, Baconman has completed Where We Drop In and The Water's Fine all at once. So technically, he's ahead in terms of tasks completed, while Mapiotho is fighting the frog at the moment. Hello, Chris Johan. So to explain Luck of the Irish, that task is about collecting all freestanding Lucky Charms in any level that contains at least 2, and then use them all up before collecting the key at the end of the level. There's actually only 2 viable levels where you can do this, and that is 2 to Tango and Grave Undertaking. And I guarantee that both runners will be doing that in Grave Undertaking because it's very fast and very easy to do that task there as opposed to 2 to Tango.
Come on, who doesn't want to do to the Tango cutscene skip?
I mean, I love that cutscene skip. 2 to Tango is a fun level, but for this task list, it's just not a very viable option.
If we had hot date instead of cold date, probably 2 to Tango would have been faster this time around.
Maybe, maybe. So we see Mapiotho is going ahead on to World 2. Still hasn't gotten his dive ability. But maybe he's planning on doing it in Rocky Start? I mean, I feel like that wouldn't be a bad choice if he's planning on getting 3 keys, as you said, Ostrava. Since they have to do Pog Dog Track, they're going to be getting 2 keys in World 2 before the World 2 skip anyway. So he might be going for the 3 key play to just avoid World 2 skip if he feels unconfident or something. I'm not sure. Mapiotho's a really good player, so it's hard to read what his plan is at the moment, but I'm sure it'll all come together soon.
As someone who's done quite a few stop individual races with Mappy always thinks of the smallest minute thing that's you want to think of while doing a run.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, like one, it's to challenge himself, but it's also to get that edge possibly in the run.
Mm-hmm. And we can see immediately that he's definitely not planning on bottles in Rocky Start, while Baconman gets his charm and is also going to be heading into Rocky Start shortly himself after another game reset here. Mapiotho is instead going for Cletus. Oh, he attempted Cletus once, never mind, and now we're going to go hopefully skip the laser security cutscene. Let's see.
Nope,
Oh,
not
just a
quick enough
little
off the
short.
edge.
Yeah. To explain what he was attempting to do there, if you walk into that cutscene at the right angle, uh, your momentum will make you slide forward just a little bit, just enough to fall off that platform into the water, and because you have a charm, you'll just get launched back up onto the platform, and the cutscene will get skipped because it's interrupted by the damage animation of falling in the water. We do actually, you know what he's probably gonna do? He's getting dive in pairing with all bark no bite. So he's probably planning, yeah, he's gonna go for a 3 key play. He's gonna get this key in Rocky Start, Pog Dog Track, of course, and then he's probably going to do Boneyard Casino, where he will. That task is about collecting the key in vault in any World 2 level that features guards with guns, aka Vinny the Pincher, as he's officially called, without killing any guards.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, we got
yeah, he's
that.
gonna have to go through Boneyard Casino without killing anyone and collecting all the bottles.
Clean Cletus by Bacon Man there.
Yeah, that was a really nice one. Remaster's obviously a bit nerfed compared to original, but by remaster standards, that was pretty strong. I would take that for sure.
No Ketis and Remaster, but we take what we can get.
For sure. You see map heading on over to Pog Dog Track, a fan favorite. Let me check in the chat. Do we have Pog Dog Track as an emote? I hope we. Oh, we don't. What? SlyGolds apologizes for the lack of Pog Dog Track emotes in the channel. Also, I'm just now noticing both Baconman and Mapiotho, they're skipping Rocky Start key, so forget what I said about the 3 key play. But Baconman, no!
Oh no, he clipped out of bounds!
Oh man, not only did he clip out of bounds, he clipped so far out that
There's
it
no
was
recovery.
completely, yeah, irrecoverable. He had to reload and do the whole level again. This kind of harkens back to what I was mentioning earlier about, in any percent, going for the door skip like that
Another clean
is
Cletus though.
yeah. Well, maybe if he can save it, yeah, we're good. But yeah, in any percent, a door skip like that is pretty important if you want top times. It doesn't save a lot, but it does save a lot whenever you're a top runner. And in stop, sometimes you'd rather go for consistency. Just go ahead and grab the key. Make sure you don't go out of bounds like Baconman did here. But unfortunately, I mean, he just got unlucky there. I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs the key on this next go around. And if he does, then I mean, maybe at that point he wouldn't have to worry about World 2 skip. Yeah, that could be a potential comeback point for Baconman if Mapiotho gets stuck on World 2 skip for a long time. Because Mapiotho did skip the Rocky Start key, but never mind what I'm saying, because Baconman's going for the skip again. He shall not be conquered by the out of bounds. And he hit it.
Didn't want to work this time.
Finicky trick. It's pretty precise.
Yeah, very
in certain
precise angle
ways.
into that corner normally.
Yeah, you gotta have like the right camera angle. You've gotta. I don't remember the details because it's been a long time since I've run any percent in Sly 1, but I remember it being a pretty frustrating and annoying trick for sure. That's fair, Yamada. As our chat says, it's usually the Cletus launch that affects the time of Rocky Start more than anything. That's, not to discredit the door clip, it's pretty important as well. And Map has completed Pog Dog Track. Good job, Murray.
From what it looks like with the routing both runners have taken so far, that they are going to opt to do World 2 skip.
Yeah, they probably both will, unless Baconman decides to do Boneyard Casino for his third key with All Bark No Bite, but Map is choosing a different level. I'm assuming Map is probably going to choose Back Alley Heist. That's actually a pretty good choice as well. Probably a better choice. Boneyard is very long, and it's kind of difficult for the All Bark No Bite. And he got a clean first try World 2 skip. Very nicely done.
Very nice, but very risky for the camera crash there.
Yeah, that had me worried for a bit.
Anytime I see an angle looking directly towards the casino itself out of the bat, I'm just like, this might crash. And it normally does, at least for me.
Yeah, most runners will basically sort of like 180 the camera and have it on the other side of Sly as what Mapiotho had, but I mean, hey, worked out, I guess. I think Matt paused there, probably checking if the All Bark No Bite applies to any guards. Because he did kill the... Didn't he kill the Cletus guard down there?
He did.
Yeah, so he might need to... Oh! He might need to review and refresh that. We should probably let him know. I see that he is not deafened in the runner room, so Ostrav, if you want to take a second to maybe join there and let him know. We don't want to have a DQ on the final match here. I'll also send him a DM.
Yeah, I'll hop in there in a second.
Okay. To be fair, I mean, I'm sure Map in his mind, he's thinking Cletus is not a guard, it's just like a literal dog. But there he goes, he's got his 30th bottle. Collecting the vault. All he'll need to do is just redo Back Alley at some point. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too, Kaluk. It looked like Map jumped off of something mid-air whenever he was bouncing between the air conditioning units. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess he jumped off a bottle. I haven't seen that before. Baconman setting up his own World 2 skip here. Let's see if he hits it first try, as Mapiotho did. Good setup, same camera setup. Oh, but unlucky, didn't quite get the launch he needed. But he does have 2 charms, so he can just go ahead and do it again. Mapiotho going through back alley heist again. This time not going to kill anybody. Welcome back, Ostrava. Good job on letting Mapiotho know. I see he is redoing the level. So we have averted a crisis here. Looks like Baconman missed out on his World 2 skip. Trying it again. Has to skip that Bentley cutscene, though.
Gross.
Yeah, unlike original, where you can just pause and then load the game to skip cutscenes, in Remaster, if we want to do something like that, we have to view map somewhere else and then come back. Usually back to the hideout, but
Also, another thing, I wonder which cutscene is the shortest for extra extra.
yeah, that's a good question. That's something I have not. Oh no, Bacon Man getting the unlucky bottle crash there. And he's having to restart entirely. How unfortunate. Remaster World 2 skip is definitely a huge barrier for new runners. In comparison to the original version of World 2 skip, it's way more difficult. And as you can see, things can happen like bottle crashes where it kind of just ruins everything.
Good old. Once I learned Sly 1, I sat down for 4 hours learning World 2 skip. Straight.
Yeah, that's
That's how
a
hard that trick
worthwhile
is.
investment. It's definitely that kind of trick where you just got to sit down and do it for like a whole day.
Now, I rarely miss the trick, and when I do miss the trick, I can tell how I missed the trick.
Yeah, that's really good. Mapiotho has now completed all bark no bite appropriately this time and is moving on towards the mugshot fight. Bacon Man going for World 2 skip with the same camera angle, but this time he didn't crash. Let's go. So map is choosing to not reset for this cutscene. I think the mugshot one is the shortest one, so maybe he's probably retimed his console resets and determined that it's just faster for him to watch this than it is for him to reset. Some people are able to reset faster, some people are not. It just depends on their sort of. Well, it looks like he just flashed a message on screen saying he forgot. Bacon Man killing Cletus. We're having the same situation, although he's deafened in the runner room, so I'll have to send him a DM. I've sent him a DM. We can only hope he sees it.
Please, no DQs.
Yeah, we don't want any DQs here. To be fair, at least at the moment, Mapiotho seems to be ahead anyways. But we don't want to be in any sort of situation like that regardless.
Yeah, we could. You know what? Let's make this exciting. Let's just change this to a best of 3. Waste everybody's day.
True. It's not like we have plans or anything, right, guys?
Yeah.
Surely. Our restreamer has chimed in. He said he is too fat to restream a best 2 out of 3, and we will not be doing that. So. Alright, Mapiotho finishing up second phase of mugshot here pretty soon. Just one more mirror, I think. There he goes. Hopefully Baconman will notice my DM. It's very unfortunate that he deafened as he did. Normally the runners should just mute in case we need to tell them things like that.
Nope.
Not a big deal.
I think he realized.
Okay. I think he realized, yeah. I
But
think he saw him.
I think he's safe to retain his bottles, though.
Yeah, that's fine, honestly.
I even told Mappy, I'd be like, if you want to get the vault first and do it, that's
Yeah,
fine. It's just as long as you do the level again.
Yeah, Map did it in a pretty safe way, but as Baconman is sort of demonstrating here, it can be a legitimate strategy to just go through killing them as normal just to gather the bottles, and then redo it where you don't kill them because you already have all the bottles and such.
Because the task specifically says to collect the vault and
Yeah,
key. It does not say the bottles.
exactly. I didn't notice if Mapiotho watched the newspaper cutscene after Mugshot. Did you?
I did not notice.
I don't think he did. It seems like it went by too fast. But if we need any VOD divers in chat, any
Oh,
verifiers,
I can watch
okay,
that.
thank you. Biggie Man's getting his vault here. Then he'll get the key right after, and he'll be moving on to a mugshot fight of his own, while Mapiotho is moving into World 3. Any DSJers in chat? So, in terms of tasks that can be completed in World 3, we have the Luck of the Irish, or we could do that in Grave Undertaking. We have Extra Extra if they choose to watch the newspaper cutscene after defeating Ruby. And that's it. Otherwise, honestly, aside from the Luck of the Irish, this is basically just going to be your standard any percent slash all keys World 3, which, don't go Resident Sleeper on me just yet, because to be fair, World 3 being what it is World 3, is often the reason that people who are ahead can fall behind. You've got something like DSJ here that's giving Mapiotho some problems. We got Bone Jumpin' Scuba in Descent into Danger. We've got Ms. Ruby double hits, which throughout the history of stops so far has been unfortunately very common that stop racers have missed Ms. Ruby double hits. There was a couple races where literally every single participant in the race all missed the double hits, which was both very funny and very sad. There's also Fish Skip, as Yamada is mentioning in the chat. Probably some other things, like if they go for Snake Jump and Lair of the Beast, whatever else, the roosters in the down home cooking level can sometimes cause problems. World 3 can be a menace. So it
And
comes down to both luck and experience here sometimes.
and to confirm, Mapiotho did mugshot pause.
Oh, he did the mugshot pause. Gotcha. So he hasn't done extra extra yet. I'm seeing that in chat that apparently the Ruby newspaper cutscene is pretty short. I don't know if our runners have ever timed the newspaper cutscene lengths. I know I haven't. I don't know which is the shortest. But maybe they do. So maybe they know something that I don't.
All I know is I just gave the thought that this should be a task.
They'll probably be doing it here after their double hits that are hopefully successful this time. Baconman moving on to the final phase of Mugshot. Will he also be hitting the Mugshot pause? Let's hold our breath and find out. Oh, he got the ledge grabless chandelier jump. Can't blame him for wanting to reset that, because honestly, the ledge grabless can like really mess you up. But he did hit the pause. Nicely done, Baconman.
Mappy.
What did Map do?
But after he finished Lair of the Beast, he went to his OBS real quick, turned the text box on and off real quick, and says, "Any fish skippers in chat?"
Any fish skippers? I guess we're gonna be seeing a fish skip today. At least one. That's pretty exciting. Baconman here in Back Alley Heist, avoiding killing the guards because well, no, he said he already did Back Alley Heist. What is he doing?
I thought the second time around he didn't kill any guards.
Yeah, he saved all his bottles, redid the level, and didn't kill anyone. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Coin charm?
Ah, well, that works.
Going for a gold charm, going into world 3?
He's doing something. He's not killing them, so he thinks he needs to do all bark no bite again for some reason. He maybe just now saw my DM.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I think my DM to him. You know, okay, so I think the first time when he killed Cletus was intentional, and we just thought it was a mistake. I'm not really sure, but it seems that
Baconman
well, he's
taking
done it.
his
He's done it. He's done all bark no bite. We'll
taking his
accept this.
frustration out on the vault.
Yeah, I think I've probably confused him. Maybe made it a little worse for him there. That was definitely on me, perhaps. But it's all good now. He's moving into World 3, while Map is attempting Remaster Fish Skip, which to my understanding, as most tricks are, even more difficult than original Fish Skip. Although that's not to say, you know, both of them are very difficult in their own rights.
I don't know if the famous Rude is in chat today, but I've heard him say that, in his opinion, that Remaster Fish Skip is easier
Oh,
because
really? Okay.
you can feel what you're doing.
You can feel what you're doing. What do you mean by that?
Well, feel and see what you're doing. So the movements that you're doing, the game will react. With OG, you're kind of just hoping you hit the area where you just clip through.
Mm-hmm. I've actually, now that you mention it, I've heard Rude make this same argument because the original version is apparently just so low res that he can't see what he's doing. But I think that, I don't know, I don't really agree with that. Although I've never done fish skip, so what do I know?
I will keep up to this. Fish Skip will be the last trick I ever learned in Sly 1.
Fish skip is probably something I'll never learn because I don't want to. Mapiotho finishing the level with no fish skip. That's alright. Not a big deal. He at least did hit the pause on the key, while Baconman hit the DSJ very cleanly first try. A little bit of time save against Mapiotho there. He's going to catch up fairly soon. And now here in Grave Undertaking, this is where both of our runners are probably going to be completing Luck of the Irish. They just have to collect both freestanding charms in the level and then use them both, you know, by taking damage in some form, and then collect the key.
Haven't seen this boost jump before.
Yeah, Mapiotho going for, rather than the typical out of bounds movement at the start of the level, going for that lamp boost jump. That was pretty nice. Now he just needs to take damage twice and then collect the key, and he'll have the Luck of the Irish. Ooh, that was close. His second damage almost got him knocked down to the area below, but he managed. He's got the task complete. Nice job.
Also got the exit level key grab there.
And so now that makes him 50% complete with his tasks. He's got 5 out of 10, where of course the 10th and final one is a boss fight. In this case, our boss fight is going to be against Clockwork. So we're going to be going through the entirety of the game with a rather fitting climactic ending. And Mapiotho is collecting some chickens for some gumbo. Baconman going for snake jump. Oh, nails it. Nice. That is one of those tricks where it's really cool. I mean, you know, it looks cool. It feels really good to hit it, but it only saves like 2 seconds, and if you miss it, you lose like 30. So it's a high risk and okay reward. But it's pretty nice.
Yeah, as most of the tricks are in Sly Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are definitely you must do this to save time, but the really cool strats, those are the ones that are the fun ones. It's like doing
Yeah,
spaghetti jump in
absolutely.
episode 1 and Sly 2.
Looks like Baconman is not a fish skipper, and you know what? Probably for the best, because without spending a few attempts on it, like Mapiotho did, he'll overall save time in this level compared to the time that Map spent here. Mapiotho... Did he die in chickens? Why is he Oh, I think he did, didn't he? Because he's got 5 lives again, and he's redoing the level. Unlucky. Oh, he didn't die. He didn't get the key. I see. He must have
He must have
tried to do the key pause and mistimed it or something. That's a pretty huge hit on map side, having to redo the entirety of chickens. That sucks.
Oh, the good old lag you get for being too close to the chickens when they explode.
Yeah. Yeah, Mapiotho did have some internet issues at the beginning of the stream, but I think the lag spike that just hit there was actually just from the roosters and not his internet. Okay, this time that one should work.
Yep, that's good.
Right, surely. No,
Yeah.
he's got to do it again. No, he got it. Okay, okay.
He did the pause where you don't hit it with swing as you're leaving. He did the one where you pause after you see that you've hit it.
Yeah,
Because the room darkened for the key cutscene.
I thought it looked good. It was just that I didn't see it. I didn't see the key appear on the map whenever it zoomed out, so it had me worried for a second. But he's all good. Meanwhile, Baconman, there he goes. He's got 1 charm, 1 hit down. He just got to collect the other charm, get hit again. Then he'll be done with the Luck of the Irish as well. Doing his own route in here. Sort of went backwards, whereas Mapiotho went slightly more forwards. And there he goes. Once he's got this key, Luck of the Irish complete. So now they're both tied in terms of tasks completed. It's just that Mapiotho is a couple of levels ahead.
I think Bacon Man will close the gap here after that chicken's mistake.
Yeah, the chicken's mistake could definitely help him catch up even more. Like I was mentioning as we entered World 3, this is a world where, you know, there is some RNG, but there's also a lot of skill involved. And just the fact that Mapiotho went for stuff like Fish Skip a few times, DSJ a few times, and Baconman, you know, he hit DSJ first try, he didn't bother with Fish Skip, that sort of stuff really helps him save time over Mapiotho and start catching up. So while he was behind at one point by a decent amount, this gap is closing more and more. By the time we get to Clockwork, it could be really close. Mapiotho not going for the fastly strats, where you sort of get behind these grave markers and hit them without destroying the stone barriers in front. That's okay. A little bit slower, but also a bit safer as well.
Yeah, for not having a charm, it is a strat that's pretty hard to miss the first couple of ghosts to get back behind there.
He also might have just wanted to break the stone barriers for fear of a hard lock. Because if you leave a lot of things unbroken in the level, by the time you get to the end and collect the key, everything in the level breaks all at once when you collect the key. And that sometimes causes a hard lock. So the more stuff you break, the less likely you'll hard lock. And maybe, you know, maybe he was thinking of it from that angle.
Maybe not liking his angle there on bone jump.
Fair enough, sometimes you just gotta have a little reset, but he got it the second time and is gonna be setting up for scuba here. This is the new life! This is, oh! Shoutouts. Itsune. I think he goes by the name Feneconomist now. One of the OGs. And founder of Scuba. And founder of ASA Periscope as well. So with that, Mapiotho has collected every key in World 3. And if you know anything about this game, you know that that means he is now able to move on to the boss, Ms. Ruby. And this is the final big hurdle of World 3, because there's one more big trick that we've got to do. First, he's going to do a cutscene skip, which is not a big deal, but the next big thing is that he's going to do in Phase 2 of the DDR section what is known as the Ms. Ruby double hits, where he skips the entirety of Phase 3 by hitting her twice in Phase 2. But sometimes that can be a little tricky, and if you miss it, then you have to restart the whole thing from the beginning.
Happy throwing up another text box. By the way, since PS3 still in plus PAL, not worth 3 cents OP.
Fair enough. At least the guy knows his timings. He knows what's worth it and what it isn't. I assume also after we see Mapiotho defeat Ms. Ruby, and probably Baconman as well, they'll probably be doing extra. But we see Mapiotho doing some alternative movement here. The Ebro skip.
Doing the OG movement.
Yeah, this is some old movement. The time save is very minimal. It's like 3 seconds. But if it's done really well, it looks really cool and feels really good.
And to my knowledge, it's faster than the more accepted movement today. Because runners like Gehis514 does it in his world record runs.
Oh yeah, the 3-second estimation, I took that directly from Gehis. So it's either 3 seconds based on his timing or something else. We have a little bit of some technical issues on Map's side with his internet connection, but it looks like he did successfully get the cutscene skip and has moved on to the DDR section. Meanwhile, Baconman has collected all of his World 3 keys and will be going into the fight as well.
As always, the first place in these runs is going to come down to double hits.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, there's been a lot of stop races where runners have missed double hits. It's some sort of stop curse, I guess. Hopefully, if it happens today, then hopefully it happens to both of them so that it's pretty even. But obviously, we prefer it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, let's hope not at all. World 3 and World 5 can get pretty difficult, especially at stop if it goes in that deep. It's just because there's just levels you have to do, and you don't really necessarily practice all the time.
Hearing a nice Korean Ms. Ruby. A language you don't hear for Sly 1 too often, but we do for Sly 2 all the time. Alright, and Baconman going for his own cutscene skip coming up. Not going for the Ebros movement, but that's totally fine. It's not a whole lot of time save anyway.
Happy's on his last pillar. Let's see. Clean.
Okay, it looks like Map did successfully get the double hits, and he's not quitting out, so he will be getting extra, by watching the newspaper cutscene after this. He's also getting a lot of trophies and claiming that double hits are free.
They're free if you don't try to do the bot, the exit level strats.
Here's a cutscene that I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat haven't seen in a long time as well. Ms. Ruby having the page from the Devious Raccoonist from Slight and Common teaching him about invisibility. There's Carm, there's the newspaper. Latin hottie busts big bad voodoo mama. What a headline. That's why I love those cutscenes. They're so funny. And with that, Map is moving on into World 4, where we're going to have 3 tasks. Actually, 3 out of our 4 remaining tasks are all going to be here in World 4. One is You Monster, which is, watching the cutscene in APA where a village gets buried in snow. The other is Pog Ice Track, doing the World 4 race. And then Cold Date, you know, going on a little date with Carmelita in Duel by the Dragon. Man, you guys hear that mashing from Baconman? He's a mashing god over there. Every
Hearing
time you
some
hear
of
that little like drum beat, that's him mashing the button. Because if you didn't know, you don't have to time these inputs. You can just mash them, but he's really fast.
there's only one crazy person who still times the inputs here.
Yeah,
One
I wonder
crazy
who that
person.
might be, Ostrava.
No clue.
Okay, Bacon Man successfully getting double hits, not doing extra here. I guess he's doing it after Panda King instead. Maybe he feels pressured to try to catch up to Map.
There's
Or
also that, but
maybe...
it maybe in the like because gameplay continues after you do it, so maybe that reset after panicking, rolling into the cutscene you have to watch World 5 just
true.
meshes together really well.
Yeah, maybe he knows something that we don't. Closing the gap ever more, but still a task behind. Meanwhile, Map did complete the U monster task, and he's just doing the rest of the typical APA movement. This is pretty standard, you know, 80% movement here, just going through the motions for Remaster at least. If this were original, he would have the option of doing the APA Van Proxy into the slingshot and all that. But of course, for Remaster, we don't necessarily have those luxuries.
Map going for a coin charm here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I
I was
just
just sitting here,
realized he
Mike. He
doesn't have a
doesn't have a
charm.
charm.
Yeah, so another difference between Remaster and Original here is that in order to skip getting the key at the end, on Original, there's a stuck spot that you can use, whereas on Remaster, you have to have a charm and damage abuse. And you'll see what I mean very shortly. But luckily, he had enough coins, able to gather quite a bit.
One thing I do miss from the originals to the rematch, like, because Big Man's Korean version is just has the little save load glitch. It's still a PS2 version of the game. Is that the jiggle physics that were there in their PS2 originals, once like explosions were going on or something going on in the background that in the game itself shook.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Bacon Man, he lost his charm. Does he have enough coins for a coin charm?
No.
Not really. He might just have to get the key. Unlucky.
But as somebody who watches a lot of Sly streams, I can tell what somebody's playing on, just whether or not the feed has the jiggle with the camera when stuff's going on.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Mapiotho doing some pretty standard out-of-bounds movement, but rather than going straight to duel for the World 4 skip as normal, going down here to Pog Ice Track. In contrast to the race in World 2, though, we don't have to actually do this race. We can use the Nitro boosts to skip over the gate and collect the key early. So this one is... It can be nice if you're able to get the boost and get over the gate, but sometimes that's a little tricky. Oh no, Bacon Man. Taking a death, but luckily has a checkpoint that's not too far away.
I think Bacon was trying to get on top of the wall there, just to run to the end.
Yeah. Normally, you would, in an any percent run or something, you might have 0 lives at this point. Luckily, that wasn't the case here, because if he had 0 lives and took a death, that would have been game over, and he would have had to start APA from the beginning instead of that checkpoint. Just having a bit of misfortune with losing the charm, losing a life, APA treating him a little roughly. Meanwhile, Map hitting the race skip in World 4 pretty easily. Going for a boost jump, nicely done. And now he'll be going to his cold date with Carmelita here in Duel by the Dragon.
It's just to watch the cutscene correctly. Correct.
Yeah, this is a cutscene that we normally skip in all keys or all vaults or, you know, any sort of category that would actually go into Duel by the Dragon. But instead, we're just going to have a nice little chat with our foxy lady.
Okay, interesting. I'm guessing that's because
Baconman.
it's preserving his jump momentum through the load.
Yeah, anytime there's a load, if you just mash X, you'll usually get launched like that. It's kind of showing off a little bit. I think it's also, in that instance, in the World 4 hub, an extremely minor time save. But I mean, like, extremely minor. Mapiotho also getting a charm
Backup charm.
so that he can do his World 4 skip to get to the Panda King fight.
Also, to people who may want to run Sly 1 or possibly going to stop, always know where your backup charms are. Very important.
Yeah,
You
the
will
Duel by
miss
the
tricks.
Dragon one is good, and the one in Back Alley Heist is good. Those are two very common backup charms. Looking good on his setup here. I think this should work. He might need to time a cane swing. There he goes.
Yeah, he was a little high. Missed
Oh,
it.
I think,
Early
yeah,
cane swing.
early. Try again. Depending on how long it takes him to hit his World 4 skip, you know, it could give some time to Baconman to catch up. Mapiotho opting to view map to duel and retry from here rather than do the new World 4 skip that there's recently been sort of a revolution on World 4 skip setups where we can do it in the first half of the hub nowadays. But maybe he, you know, maybe he practiced that enough yet or anything.
We'll see if this one works too. Oh nope.
He's not even gonna try and
Slow
see.
drown.
Yeah.
Can work sometimes. Maybe Map remember that the new World 4 skip is a thing, and it's just like, you know what, I'm doing it.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's doing it now, yeah. So this is the new setup, like I said, in the first half of the hub. So it saves, I haven't really heard a consistent number, but it's usually somewhere around 25 seconds compared to the other one. Missing the trigger. Had a really good launch and setup, but was just a little bit, I think, too left of the trigger there. As mentioned, the longer that it takes Map to hit this trick, that's just more time given to Baconman to try to catch up here. Baconman just needs a good race skip, and he'll be about in the same shoes as Map. Again, a little bit left it looked like on that launch there. Okay, looks like he's just gonna go for the old style World 4 skip, the one by duel, the tried and true method that has been around for just over 4 years now. Shoutouts to Paul and T Sparkles. And Baconman hitting his race skip.
Third try very skip, but it's
Not too
anybody's
bad.
race right now. Whoever hits World 4 skip first is...
Doing view map. Baconman's also going to be trying this new version of the skip. Let's see if he's able to hit it.
Baconman has been one of the few people grinding the new World 4 skip.
Yeah, I've seen him practicing it a lot. So he might, you know, he missed the boost jump there, but once he actually gets up, we'll see if he's able to get it. And Map hitting his World 4 skip, so he's on into the Panda King fight. Baconman just a little bit behind here. Let's see if this launch works.
Nice.
There he goes. Okay, they are pretty close now. It could come down to Grim Pandas. Who's able to hit how many could determine who finishes this fight first. I told you guys. There was a gap. There was a pretty sizable gap, but by the time this race is coming to an end, it's getting a lot closer. Although I just realized, Ostrava, that Baconman hasn't done extra.
We'll see how it works.
I forgot about that. So yeah, he'll have to watch the cutscene after beating Panda King, which, you know, could put him a bit more behind.
You never know. Somebody could miss a Bentley skip. It happens.
That's true. We do have to go all the way to Clockwork and beat him. So we have something like Bentley skip, as you said, We have Sinking Peril.
Mhm.
We have
We
Clockwork Jump right at the end. There's a
also
lot of
have
chances for
exo
anybody to pull it.
boulders. Exo boulders
I'm
can get
not
used
worried about
sometimes.
exo boulders with these runners. These, I mean, if they get bouldered, I would be very surprised and I would laugh.
Uh,
Okay, I think they both hit all but one Grim Panda. It was there was so much panda smacking action on screen that I couldn't
Bacon
really.
Man.
No, I think he's
Very,
doing this on purpose for extra extra.
no. I know that. Bacon Man was a man of class and talent,
Yeah.
killing Panda King with the dive technique.
Oh yeah. Honestly, he should be the champion just for that. That was hot.
One of the few
We have
bosses you
now
can beat with
switched
dive.
our audio over to Mapiotho, so if you're suddenly hearing Spanish instead of Korean, don't be alarmed. There is a good reason for that. So Bacon Man learning about Otto von Cooper, who flew planes with guns, which is where we learned the schematics for the turret that we see Mapiotho using in Hazardous Path, as well as the battering ram that we're going to use in Burning Rubber. Both of those upgrades are all thanks to the pages of the Thievius Arcunis that we got from Panda King. Meanwhile, Hot Latin Spitfire puts Fiery Panda on ice. Nice job, Carmelita, making the headlines as usual. I definitely think it definitely felt like the Ruby newspaper cutscene was shorter. I can't say that for certain, but that's how it felt to me, at least. But I am glad that we at least got to see a little bit of difference there. We got to see two different newspaper cutscenes. That's pretty fun.
Still, my favorite one is World 1. Hot chick with gun, bust amphibious yuck mouth.
Yeah, that's definitely a top tier headline. Okay, so both runners here in Hazardous Path. So despite Bacon Man having to watch that extra cutscene after Panda King, he's still within the same level as Map. I mean, to be fair, this is a pretty long level, but you know, just highlighting that they're very close. As Ostrava pointed out, could come down to Bentley skip or pretty much anything else in World 5. There's a lot of tough things in World 5 that can be run killers. But of course, these are top 2 Season 1 finalists for a reason. They are very good players. Mapiotho going for the slug despawn. It's not actually a despawn, it's just what we call it, I guess. I don't think he got it though. Pretty sure I just saw the slug coming back, but I could be wrong. Not sure.
We may call it a despawn, but the slug truly never despawns.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't get it, unfortunately. He still got all 4 slugs. So normally what's supposed to happen is you can knock the slug out of bounds from the area behind this arena where you sort of enter from. And, you know, as Ostrava said, the slug doesn't despawn, but he does just fall infinitely out of bounds. And so that makes it so that there's one less slug in the arena stealing all of your computers, which can be a time save overall since you're able to collect more of them more quickly, so without any interference.
I also swear that there was one stop race where I don't know if you were also knocking slugs out while you were smashing computers, but I swear you said you got a triple slug knockout.
Yeah, there were.
Race.
Yeah, I've totally forgot about that, but yeah, there were some times when I just happened to be going in that direction as a slug was just happened to be right there. So I knocked like 3 of the slugs out of bounds while doing burning rubber, which was really funny. Looks like Baconman also going for the quote-unquote despawn here. That one might have worked. We'll have to wait and see.
That one definitely worked. It bounced up.
Yeah,
Now.
I'm pretty sure it did. I don't see it coming back. Mapiotho going for the swag movement in Daring Rescue. But not going for the original Bentley skip. Looks like he's going for something else. What is he doing here? Oh, he's going for this setup. I forgot that this was actually viable on Remaster. For some reason Okay, sorry to cut myself off there. Got really confused. What is... I didn't know this. I didn't know you could do that.
What, you can just super jump to the end? What?
I guess if you get the camera stuck, since the camera's not following Sly closely enough, it doesn't trigger the cutscene. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, seems like some people in chat were unaware of this as well. I know I'm not the most up-to-date on Sly 1 strats these days, but that was very surprising and cool.
Is Mappy dropping a new Bentley skip on us?
Yeah, imagine
Mid-stop run?
how... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like Gayhis or somebody knew about that. Or Rude. But imagine how cool it would be to just be like, yeah, here's my S.T.O.P championship match. By the way, here's a new Bentley skip setup. Mapiotho in chat says, shoutouts to Kul. So I guess Kul is the one who found that setup. I don't know how old it is, but GG's map on that very, very cool, very interesting Bentley skip. Meanwhile, we've got Baconman going for a boost jump. He's going to be doing another relatively new Bentley skip, so we're not seeing any OG strats here on this level today. So a boomer like myself is unfamiliar with all of this. Map having some clean movement and sinking peril so far. This is one of the just top level, top tier levels of Sly 1. It has really satisfying movement if you pull it off cleanly, and so far he's doing mostly okay. A few hiccups, but just gotta hit this cane jump. And there we go. Shoutouts to Zenthro. The infamous clip where he's talking about how for years they've tried to do it and it was impossible, and then he just did it. And with that, Baconman is moving on a temporary truce while Mapiotho is moving into the clockwork fight. Now, Baconman could still catch up if Mapiotho fails clockwork jump, assuming he goes for it, because that's a pretty heavy time loss. But we'll see what happens. Okay, someone in chat said that the setup, I think he's talking about the Bentley skip that we saw Mapiotho do with the super jump. It's been around for a little bit, but like less than a year. I had just never seen it, but that's pretty awesome. Very famous dialogue between Sly and Clockwork here, but in a language you don't hear too often on speedruns, Spanish. Sounds pretty cool, to be honest. Okay, and Baconman starting his own sinking peril. Mapiotho had a really nice, clean one, and I'm sure Baconman will as well, but let's see what happens. And on the other side, we of course have the infamous purple rings, but hopefully none of those bounce back and hit our runner here. Because it doesn't look like Mapiotho has a charm, so that would be unlucky. Baconman hitting a clean sinking barrel, got the cane jump, but Map getting purple ringed! Oh, I jinxed it, I'm sorry, Map.
How did it come to this?
I'll take the blame on that one. Baconman having a chance to catch up now. But Mapiotho shouldn't have to watch the dialogue cutscene again, so he still got the advantage there. I can't believe here on the Sly 1 Stop Season 1 Championship match that we actually got a purple ring. I guess, to be fair, getting a purple ring is much better than missing the miserably double hits. Wow, they were tied up on that cutscene. It's just that now Baconman has to watch this dialogue, whereas Mapiotho does not.
Mi intelecto es refinado y mi inteligencia superior.
I'm just holding my breath, hoping for no more incidents again on Mapiotho's side. I think it'd be very unlikely to happen twice in a row, but not impossible. Just one more phase. I think at this point in the purple ring section, it's actually not possible anymore. I think once you get to that final phase, I don't think it can happen anymore. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty
Be
sure.
careful, Nave. You might jinx a guy twice.
I'm doing my best here, but Mapiotho only has one more trick in order to finish this run.
Soy yo. Azul 7.
And he's not going for it. He decided, you know what? After the purple ring incident, gonna play it a little bit safe. And you know what? Can't blame him. I feel like if he went for it and if he happened to miss, he might have lost the championship there. But with this, it seems like they're just gonna be seconds apart. But Mapiotho should be able to pull it off if he doesn't get lasered or proxied. There he goes. GG Mapiotho. And Baconman hitting his
GG.
clockwork jump to catch up just seconds later.
The purple
What a
ring wasn't
close
enough.
race. Okay.
Wait,
We have to review the the placements of our runners here, because as you remember, Mapiotho did have a lot of lag and internet issues. We have to make sure that the races finished in the correct order here. Checking on the race room.
Mappy may have forgot to press.
Yeah, Mapiotho, you did not finish in the race room. So we're gonna have to, I believe Mapiotho was able to finish first.
No creo que sigamos siendo amigos. Una vez destruido el rayo de la muerte de Clockwork, volvemos a jugar a polis y cacos. Pensé que iba a
Yeah, we might have to take some time to do some math, do some figuring out with the runners while we sort out our Season 1 champion.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's do that. We'll take a quick intermission and we'll be right back as we sort out the issues.
One eternity later.
Welcome back, SlyGolds. After several minutes of nail-biting, frame data, timing conclusions, we have determined that this race, the winner of this race that we just completed, is both of our runners. This was a tie. That's right. So what are we going to do? We're going to be having a stop rematch. That's right. You might have noticed that we now have a new seed, a new list of tasks, and both of our runners, I'm sure, are just overjoyed to be running in the second match of the day. So, Ostrava and I, let's go ahead and explain our new tasks. I'll start us off with Moolah Museum. This one is about collecting at least 100 coins in high class heist in World 1 and then collecting the key. So that means runners will need to pay close attention to their coin count. If they go in with, say, 35, they're going to have to wrap back around to 35 and then they can collect the key.
Then for the next one, we have Drive-By, where runners will have to collect 100 coins in a
Ghastly
Voyage in World 3, then collecting the key.
Another 100 coin task there. We also have another World 3 task with Zombie Servitude. They have to hear Ms. Ruby call out Sly and threaten him with eternal zombie servitude, or another language equivalent, in Descent into Danger in World 3. They have to listen to the full dialogue from start to finish.
And next we have My Lucky Day, where runners will need to go get the charm, and on the way from ASA to Prowling the Grounds, where Bentley explains how lucky charms work, and from the start to finish.
And then again, appearing for the second time today, we have All Bark, No Bite. Again, runners have to collect the key and vault in any World 2 level that features guards with guns without killing the guards. So the viable levels for that include Boneyard Casino and Back Alley Heist.
Next we have a shortcut where runners will at least need to open up the second area to any world with 3 keys through World 1 through 4.
Yep. Next up, we'll have Bottle Hoarder. This one's pretty simple. Collect all the bottles in any level.
Next, we have Calling Air Support, where runners will have to allow themselves to get beaten by one of the Robo Falcons in a hazardous approach.
No, Temporary Truce. Our ninth and final task, that is not a boss, is Foreshadowing. And this one is simply watching any world intro cutscene in its entirety. So this can be completed either when they're entering the world for the first time or from the movie menu in the hideout.
Then lastly, we're going to be heading back to World 2 to beat Mugshot to end off the run.
So honestly, I'm pretty excited about this new list, this new seed. Hopefully our runners are going to find some enjoyment out of this as well. I think it'll be pretty interesting. Especially having to go all the way to World 5 just to go back to World 2. And we'll explain that to you chatters in a little bit. But first, Baconman, are you ready?
Yep.
Excellent. Mapiotho, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. I'm going to force start the timer in the race room right now. And that will begin counting down from 15 seconds. Once it reaches 0, our runners will begin their runs, and we'll hopefully determine this time the winner of the Sly 1 S.T.O.P League Season 1 champion. Let's go!
Good luck.
Good luck, runners. Okay, we have sent them off to the runner room. They are now off on their second seed of the day. Thanks to that purple ring, thanks to some admittedly commentator-induced time loss due to some certain task confusion, we ended up having a tie, which was just a spectacular way to try to determine the winner of the season champion here. It's kind of funny, kind of interesting to be able to have 2 races here on SlyGolds today. Shoutouts to chat, shoutouts to our restreamer Oggy, and shoutouts to our runners for being able to make this happen today. So now, to explain something that I was alluding to earlier, as mentioned, giving the dog a bone is our final task of the day, which is to beat Mugshot. So you might think, okay, so when they beat Mugshot on their way to World 3 and 4 and 5, that task will be completed. Not exactly. The way that S.T.O.P works is that the final task, the boss task, must always be completed last, as the very last task, in order for the run to officially conclude. So that means they're going to have to beat Mugshot once to get to the rest of the worlds, And then when they're done with all the other tasks, they're going to have to go back to Mugshot again in order to, actually finish the run. So a very easy way to do that, a very clever way, is to make a save file in the Mugshot fight when they're there the first time, so that when they're in World 4 or 5 or whatever and they finish the other 9 tasks, they can just load into the Mugshot fight and instantly be there, rather than having to either watch or reset the game for the boss intro cutscene. But for now, we're having the classic, yet again, the classic remaster, resetting like 5 times just to get into ASA. I don't think either of our runners got a charm in Paris to do Void Rounds. Did you notice, Ostrava?
Neither of them did the death abuse to get the charm.
I see. Okay. So yeah, I guess they're either just going to probably boost jump, maybe even slingshot across ASA as they did in the first race of the day. We're probably going to watch Baconman do that out of bounds movement yet again. Looking good so far. Very nicely done. So what this allows him to do is that normally whenever you walk through that little tunnel, Bentley has a cutscene waiting on the other side where he interrupts you and teaches you how to climb a ladder. But doing this movement that we just saw Baconman do and that Mapiotho is doing as well allows them to skip that. Last time Baconman attempted the slingshot, but it failed. Let's see if he's gonna go for it again. It looks, yep, he's setting up for it, and he's gonna be attempting it this time as well. Hopefully it's successful. Holding my breath with anticipation. Slid off a little early, but saved it with a super jump. There he goes. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Looks like he got the slingshot.
That is good.
Oh, baby, that was so clean. Landed right on top of the key. Meanwhile, Mapiotho, it looks like he got a launch of some sort too. Or did he just do boost jump and ran his way over?
Boost jump. He did his pauseless boost jump like last time. He was running his way over.
Okay, that's still very impressive. But unfortunately, I guess his jump input got eaten and got sniped by this walrus guy here. Baconman not forgetting one of our tasks, which is My Lucky Day, collecting this charm and listening to Bentley be like, wow, you got a lucky charm, and explaining how they work. So Baconman finishing the first one to finish a task here, and Mapiotho will surely be getting it shortly afterwards. And heading on into High Class Heist to complete the next task, which will be Moulin Museum. 100 coins in this level and then collecting the key. So Baconman has 0, meaning he just has to wrap back around to 0 again. Very convenient number for him. Mapiotho, on the other hand, has like 9, I think. So he'll have to pay a little bit more attention and make sure he gets back to at least 9 on the wraparound. Okay, and he did also get My Lucky Day. He almost died before it went through, but the Bentley dialogue did complete before he died. So that was pretty interesting. I like how he did that. You know, man, took a death abuse to just get back up rather than climbing the ropes. Little fun fact about this Moulin Museum task. The reason it's called that is actually because this level, High Class Heist, in the Japanese version of the game is called Moulin Museum because I believe either they interpreted it this way or it was the original intent of this level was that it's, you know, full of riches and treasures. I mean, at the very beginning of the level here, you see a lot of these special vases and things locked behind these glass cabinets as if they're on display in a museum. So, yeah, in the beta as well. I guess they didn't change that for the Japanese version upon official release, but Baconman getting closer to his 100. And they don't have to collect the vault for this Moulin Museum task. They only have to get the key, and he only needs 9 more coins. Unfortunately, it looks like a good chunk of them just fell in the water as Mapiotho's catching up here. Three, two, one. And Baconman, oh, there he goes, has got his 100 coins. Now he just needs to collect the key to finish the task. Meanwhile, Mapiotho needs about 19, 18 more.
Baconman a little too clean on his cane jump there.
Yeah, doing some coinless strats on accident. Okay, Mapiotho doesn't have his, he needs a few more. Luckily, it seems he realized that. He was heading towards the key and then realized, oh wait, I haven't actually got 100 yet. He needs, I believe, 9 more if he's at 0 right now. Luckily, this place is full of coins and breakable objects. It's not too difficult, but he will have to backtrack a bit. And there he goes. He's got his 100. He's going to death abuse to get back to the checkpoint, which is pretty clever. Doing a lot of clever death abuse strats here, which might affect him later on. But for now, pretty alright. And map has completed Moolah Museum, while Baconman is resetting to go into the Raleigh fight. So we do have, we don't actually have any tasks in this seed where they're required to have a vault gadget. Unlike the last one, they were required to have dive. In this one, they're not required to have anything, but they are required to still open a vault in World 2 from All Bark No Bite. It's just that keeping the dive ability they get out of it doesn't really matter. They probably will, but it doesn't matter if they do or not. And Mapiotho resetting to get into his Raleigh fight as well. I'm not sure what that clicking sound from Baconman's side is. He's spamming some button. I don't think it's... Oh, it's probably Binocucom, right? I don't think you can... Can you open Binocucom in the boss fight? I don't remember. I forget what is locked off. Yeah, it's probably Binocucom. I just... For a second, I couldn't quite remember what gets, like, blocked off whenever you're in a boss fight. But he had a successful Raleigh fight and is moving on into World 2, where we're going to have a few more tasks to complete. And this... Oh, never mind. I was about to say, this is where he's choosing to do foreshadowing, which would have been an interesting choice because, as mentioned, foreshadowing is a task where you just have to watch the world intro cutscene. And the best option for that, especially in a seed like this where we have to go to World 5 anyway, is going to be the World 5 intro because that's the shortest one. Yeah, Mapiotho having some internet issues again right now, but he should still be able to maintain a local recording and local time. And we still have the race room timer open as well. Meanwhile, on Baconman's side, gonna be heading through Rocky Start. Baconman hit like 2 really clean Cletuses last race. So I won't be surprised if he's able to hit yet another again, hopefully. Alright, and looks like Mapiotho's stream has come back up. Excellent. I believe he finished his Raleigh fight and is resetting into World 2. Baconman getting just short on that Cletus launch. Got scammed. Okay, but the second one, pretty nice. A bit unlucky to lose the charm, but he'll have some backups to rely on. Probably, obviously he'll get the one here in Rocky Start that's right there on screen, but he'll also probably get the one in Back Alley Heist, assuming that he uses that level for his all bark no bites, as they both did in the last race. Oh, Mapiotho also trying to go for Cletus. And just like in the last race, he went for it with one attempt and then decided, you know, maybe he's not practiced enough in it lately. But he did manage to hit the laser floor cutscene skip this time, which is pretty awesome. Okay, yeah, the Rocky Start door clip at the end, giving Bacon a little bit of troubles. It did last run as well. In the last run, it actually forced him so far out of bounds that it could not be recovered, and he had to reload and do the level again. This time, learning from those mistakes, deciding, you know what, I'm just going to grab the key. And that's totally valid. I believe, unlike last time, our runners had to go to at the dog track for the Pog dog track task. I think this time, yeah, as Baconman is doing, they can just go straight for World 2 skip, and they both got it within, like, I think Mapiotho got it first try, Baconman got it second try after a bottle crash. So they both did pretty well. Hopefully that pattern continues.
Also, Mappy showed off that he also did door clip as well into Rocky Start.
No, Baconman. He got a good World 2 launch, World 2 skip launch, but unfortunately got a bottle crash again.
Baconman also tried to recover it with loading before the crash would block the game, but it's too slow.
Yeah, I think I think his console probably completely hard locked, and he's probably resetting it right now. Meanwhile, Mapiotho getting it first try without the bottle crash. So this will be both run again. They were very close, and one unfortunate event is sort of making a large gap here. As Mapiotho heads into straight to the top. What is it that he's trying to do here? I think he maybe got confused on where he was going. Seems like it. Yeah, seems like maybe he got confused, meant to go to Back Alley Heist, accidentally went to straight to the top instead. So what Mapiotho is going to be doing here in Back Alley Heist, he's going to have to go through, collect all the bottles, and to open the vault and the key without killing any enemies. Now, they are allowed to collect bottles while killing, and then just save their bottles, reload the level, and then go through with no kills. That is allowed because the rules state you have to open the vault and key with no kills. Mapiotho is going to try to do it all at once, though, which is also a pretty fair way to take it on. Unfortunately, getting hit by one of the enemies, and Baconman hitting a nice World 2 skip, bottle crash-less this time. So that'll help him start catching up to Map a little bit here, especially if Map takes another death. Map's been doing a lot of death abusing and accidental deaths, so That could really catch up to him later on, especially in like World 3 with Ms. Ruby stuff. Let's see if Baconman's gonna go for... Yeah, he's going for the kill strategy. He's just gonna collect the bottles while killing everybody. Then save so that he retains all the bottles, reload, and then go through the level with no kills. Oh, yeah, Mapiotho hitting that. Really, something I hadn't seen before today. Being able to get that jump off of the bottle during that air conditioning unit jumping section. You probably have like 1 frame or something to get a jump off of that bottle there, but it's pretty cool.
¡Lo encontraste, Sly! ¡Es la pista! Pulsa el botón círculo para introducir el código de la caja. Este código lo descifra hasta un recién nacido.
Also with,
And
also with
ahead,
this,
Australia.
after Mappy grabs the key, we'll be completing both All Bark No Bite and has already completed Bottle Holder.
Para usarlo,
True.
pulsa el botón triángulo.
Baconman getting 29 bottles and then exiting level. Looks like he's probably gonna view map after Mugshot to go finish All Bark No Bite later, which, you know, I respect that. That's pretty clever. That way he can retain this charm for the skip and not have to worry about it, so. Getting a reset on one side and some internet lag on the other. But then we'll be seeing Baconman fighting Mugshot, while Mapiotho should be doing the same along with him.
Also, Sly Cooper reload coded. In Sly 3, there's no bottle crashing since there's no bottles, and in Sly 2, in most cases, at least in Sly 2, bottle crashing will lock your game completely, and it only has a few useful uses throughout the speedrun.
Playing it a little safe with Mugshot's gun there. Totally fair. Baconman needing to save every second he can.
Sometimes Mugshot just hits you out of nowhere and you just least you're expecting it. Always good to take it safe every now and then.
Good chandelier jump. Nice, and he got the pause. So now he can just view map back to back alley. Or he's just gonna take the death and then view map back to back alley. Not sure what the reason for that is, but I'm sure there's some reason. Baconman is far smarter and more talented at this game than I am, so usually their reasons are beyond my understanding.
If Baconman can play this game on a PS Vita, he would.
So true, as he often does. Mapiotho making a save file in the Mugshot fight. Very strange timing for it, but I guess it just, you know, it happened to cross his brain at that moment, so he decided to just go ahead and do it. Fair enough. So what he's going to be doing for that is that because this task list has no requirement to keep any sort of vault gadget later on by the end of the run, whenever he's done with the first 9, he can then just load his save file into the mugshot fight to complete the 10th and final task. Meanwhile, Baconman getting through back alley without killing anybody. Gonna collect that final bottle so that he can then open the vault and get the key to complete all bark no bite.
금고 비밀번호를 입력해. 사면서도 풀 수 있었겠다. 비밀번호는
And then while Mapiotho appears to be just a little ahead going into World 3 here, Baconman is not far behind at all, because he'll be doing the same in just a moment.
이 페이지에서는 드레이크 쿠퍼의 베스트 어택 다이브야. 세모 버튼을 눌러서 사용해야 돼.
Since we do have to go to World 5 in this task list again, literally for only one task, which is calling air support, we're probably going to be seeing Baconman kill Panda King with dive again, which is a real treat. Alright, any DSJers in chat? Let's see if Mapiotho's able to hit this. Okay, first part complete. Second part done very nicely. And he has successfully landed across the water there. Yeah, watching all this really clean gameplay has almost got me wishing that I was doing this race as well. It's been really fun watching these 2-stop races today.
It's always nice to do stuff race, watching one playing one. But
Mm-hmm.
Nave, you yourself wanted to lose some races, so you want to be the competitor today.
Well, I didn't throw. Yeah, it's not that I didn't try. Baconman and Mapiotho did beat me out, but I am glad I didn't end up in the top 2. 'Cause I didn't want to be in the championship of my own category, you know, that'd be kind of weird. But I am excited for S.T.O.P Season 2 and some of the changes that we're going to be having there. If you're interested in joining any S.T.O.P races, if you want to join the S.T.O.P League, feel free to do !STOP in chat. There's an info document where you can read up on all of the tasks or any other information regarding S.T.O.P, but there's also a sign-up sheet in there as well. You can sign up to join the league, get the league role in the SlyGolds events Discord server. That way you can join various S.T.O.P races we have. Oftentimes, I mean, especially when it first started, we'd have one about every weekend, and I'm sure when Season 2 begins, it's probably going to be pretty similar. People are going to be excited to be racing S.T.O.P again, and that'll be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, Mapiotho finishing up a pretty clean Lair of the Beast, while Baconman will be entering Lair of the Beast in just a second. They're about 1 level apart right now, which is about the same that that they were at this point in the last race, and then they caught up to each other at the end. So it's probably going to be a similar situation here. We're gonna see a little bit of a gap that's going to get closed more and more as time goes on. Is Mapiotho going to be a fish skipper? Not today, no. He did attempt it 2 or 3 times in the last race, but I think he learned his lesson and decided, you know what, fish skip is not working out for me today. I'm just going to try to not waste any time and just go straight for the casual 25 torches lit strategy. Although, If Baconman decides to try fish skip today, that could give him the advantage he needs to try to catch up here. He didn't do it last time. Last time it was actually advantageous for him to not do it. This time it'd be advantageous for him to do it. But it looks like he won't, which is, you know, definitely the safer and consistent strategy. Because he could, you know, obviously he could potentially just hit fish skip and save a lot of time. But he could also spend like 5 minutes trying to hit it and waste a ton of time just as easily. So this is probably the better choice overall. Fish skip is a difficult and finicky trick for sure.
Sly, más te vale ponerte en guardia aquí.
Mapiotho doing as he did in the last race, going for the lantern boost jump and grave undertaking. This is at least to me, I don't know how old this trick actually is. Probably about as old as boost jumping itself, which is maybe a year or two, probably like 2 years old. But to me, the lantern jump there is pretty new. I'm such a boomer in this game. I know all the old strats and nothing of the new stuff. Speaking of old strats, we've got the hula jump on Bacon's side. Hula would be proud, as am I. Alright, and if anybody is a little hungry for some gumbo, gonna be cooking some of that up over here on Mapiotho's side. Now, in the last race, Mapiotho actually, he finished chickens, he collected all 50, and then whenever he went to gather the key, he missed. And he had to restart and do the chickens level all over again, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Or if you're a Baconman fan, hopefully it does, so that it gives him an opportunity to catch up here. I'm loving the dive tech from Bacon's side. Completely unnecessary, totally swag. Huge points to him for that. And they are again in the same level. Bacon just starting chickens as Map just finishes. So, again, pretty close here. Alright, now we do have a task here in Grave Undertaking. You noticed Map pressed pause to pull up the pause menu and see how many coins he has, because he needs to collect 100 coins in this level and then collect the key. I didn't catch how many he has currently, but let's say it's just like 42. That means he'll need to wrap around back to 42 again and then collect the key in order for the task to be counted as completed. So yeah, having both, he's got 81, so he's gonna need to wrap back around to that number. Having both of the 100 coin tasks in this seed today, pretty interesting. Little Mario 64-esque, you might say. And just like Mulan Museum, this one has a ton of breakables everywhere, lots of enemies to kill, so it's actually honestly way easier to get 100 coins in this one than it is High Class Heist, to be honest. I mean, look how many he's getting just from this first little section. There's so many coins on screen. Only needing under 30 more, about 28 more. Meanwhile, Baconman, I didn't see what he started with. I think it was about about lower 80s as well. So he'll be ending up with a similar coin count as Mapiotho by the end of this. And funnily enough, since he has a gold charm, he actually got an extra life after reaching the 100 coin mark. But again, still needing to wrap back around to whatever he started with. Mapiotho needing one more coin. I'm sure that'll be easily attainable. There it is. Now he just needs to collect the key, and he will have finished the task called Drive-By. Oh, but losing one of his charms there. That was probably intentional, actually, since he wasn't even trying to shoot the ghosts, and he needs to lose the charm for the Ms. Ruby section anyway. Wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing Baconman also intentionally losing the charm. And he only needs, I don't know, like 5 or 6 more coins as well at this point. There he goes. That should be enough. Or at least pretty close to it. Again, I didn't see the exact number he started with, but it was somewhere in the 80s, so. And considering he's now skipping the coins, yeah, I believe he has collected what he needed. Clean bone jump on map's side. And now he is doing the task called Zombie Servitude. Collecting a safety charm for Scuba here. Nice, nicely done. So the reason that he went up onto that chandelier is that he triggered the Ms. Ruby dialogue that you can maybe hear over my voice. And he just has to listen to Ms. Ruby talk to Sly for a little bit until she finishes, and then he can collect the key. And there it is. So now he's completed Zombie Servitude, while Baconman is entering Descent into Danger to do the same. Nice bone jump on Baconman's side as well. Gonna head on up to the trigger area for the dialogue. Oh, the guard saw him. Okay, luckily he had a charm. Just gonna... Oh no! Baconman losing his charms. Maybe he should just kill the guard. Oh no, getting absolutely murked. What a series of unfortunate events. Okay, you know what? We'll take it as a positive. He needed to lose the charms anyway for the Ms. Ruby fight, Copium. It'll be okay. Gonna kill that guy. While Mapiotho expresses his concern for the double hits coming up. That's something that definitely should mention now that he's in the Ms. Ruby boss fight. The Ms. Ruby double hits are sort of infamous in that in stop races they have very commonly caused issues where in some cases every single participant in the race missed the double hits, which is pretty funny. And in other cases, some people or most people missed it, while maybe just 1 or 2 did not, and that pretty much decided the outcome of the race. Alright, Baconman struggling a little bit, but...
Definitely most missed trick in SlyStop runner history.
Probably, yeah. There he goes. Now we're listening to Korean Ms. Ruby. Unfortunately having a little issues in Descent into Danger. It's definitely one of those levels that sometimes you take it for granted and it'll just slap you hard for no reason. It'll just come back and be like, hey, remember me? Yeah. Okay, starting the dialogue, gonna set up for trying to get to Scuba Skip. Okay, failed the first one, but he had a charm. And honestly, getting rid of that charm is probably good anyway. And hits it on the second one. Shoutouts to Kit, again. Kitsune Cavalry, I think now known as Fineconomus, while Mapiotho dying in Ms. Ruby with a game over and having to start from the beginning. This is huge. This is exactly what Baconman needed to catch up. Obviously still behind by a bit, but oh no. I don't know if Mapiotho's controller didn't take the input or what happened on that DDR section in phase 2, but took a death on 0 lives, so he didn't get to start over at the DDR fight. He had to start over from the beginning. Baconman fans, don't go to sleep yet. He is still in this. And if either of these runners miss the double hits, I mean, that's also going to be a pretty huge decider of the outcome of this race. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we will see. You can hear Mapiotho mashing those buttons now. I don't know if he was maybe trying to time them before, or again, I don't know if the input just didn't work. Hopefully he'll get through this DDR phase with no issues this time. Meanwhile, Baconman getting through what some people refer to as phase 0. It's not part of the DDR section yet, and we kind of count the phases based on the DDR section. This is just the cutscene portion of the fight. Cutscene skip portion, I should say. Alright, successful cutscene skip on Baconman's side, starting his phase 1 DDR. Mapiotho getting close to the end of his phase 2, meaning that his double hits are coming up in just a moment. And I'm sure he's feeling the nerves, especially after getting that death. If he misses these double hits, that could be pretty huge. He might take your approach, Ostrava, and not do the exit level. Yeah, okay. Totally fair.
Sometimes you gotta be safe, especially if you've been missing double hits for like 5+ times in a row.
So he loses time to having to do a reset here, but he also almost guarantees the safety of the double hits, ensures that it goes through, as compared to what Baconman might do here, the exit level strategy. So that's just going to make the gap between them all the tighter as Baconman is approaching his double hit and a few more cycles of this DDR game.
Also, another thing to point out is hopefully both runners remember to do their shortcut right after Ruby here.
True. Good shout. Good call out there. Doing shortcut after you finish Ms. Ruby or after you finish Fish is probably the best time to do it because it spits, whenever you view map or exit level to the hub, it spits you out right next to this shortcut 3-key segment that you're normally supposed to use casually. So it's just right there, just a hop and a skip away. Mapiotho is also, of course, going to need to go into Grave Undertaking, grab a charm or two for APA. Baconman going for the exit level. That looked good to me. We got the screen shake, so that should be successful. Saving a lot of time over map there, almost forgetting the shortcut. And then he'll be grabbing his charm and heading in the World 4 as map is doing as well.
He acabado de ultimar.
We're just a charm collection apart between these runners at the moment. That death and Ms. Ruby. Very unexpected and very influential in this race at the moment. Another thing that I think might really determine this race is that I did not notice if Baconman made a save file in Mugshot. And if he didn't, that could be pretty big.
Very big thing during these stop races to do your save files when you need them, especially when you're at the top of the pack.
Yeah, I always forget to make a save file, and it has cost me a few races, a few first place finishes. And yeah, I mean, it's just a really sort of a unique and interesting routing thing that you can do in stop compared to other categories. But you do have to be careful because in Stop there are sometimes restrictions where you can't do that. You know, for example, if you're required to end the race with having the roll ability, for instance, then sometimes it's either impossible or a lot more difficult or a lot less efficient in terms of routing to make a save file in the boss if it's like a really early boss like Raleigh, for instance. In this case, they don't have to worry about that. They just needed to make a save file, and hopefully they both did, but I know Map did. I don't remember if Baconman did.
Also, a big one is, at least for the current tasks, who knows what Season 2 will give us, but getting mine as one of the tasks and getting like an early boss as a boss task,
Yeah.
just not worth it to save, period.
Yeah, so mine is you have to open 6 vaults to get it, or potentially 7 if you open, because if you open 3 vaults in a single world, that is always the blueprints for that world. So you basically have to do 2 in World 1, 2 in World 2, 2 in World 3 to get mine and skip any blueprints. But sometimes there's a blueprint task as well, and you can combine them. That's the beauty of the randomizer task list created by Knuutti. Shoutouts to Knuutti creating the randomizer. Really cool, really fun. If you want to follow along with the task list that we're running in this race, just go ahead and post that link for you in chat. There you go. You can use that link to view the current task list, and then you can also make your own by just clicking the randomize button. Meanwhile, Mapiotho finishing up APA. Very nice. He still got a charm for World 4 skip. Is he going to do the new version? Let's see. Yeah, he's going for it. I'm sure Baconman will do the same. In the last race, Mapiotho struggled a bit with both old and new version of this skip. If he does that again, could give Baconman some more opportunity to catch up. Let's see how it goes. Oh, he got bonked on the pagoda thing. Uh-oh, Baconman's stuck. He forgot this is an original. He can't... I don't know if this will work. I don't think he can do this. Oh no, he might have to reload and redo APA. Yeah, he's trying to figure out if he can get out of this. Or no, he can't. I think he forgot. That doesn't work on Remaster, unfortunately. It's the whole reason you have to get 2 charms going into World 4, because you need one to skip the key in APA, and you need another to actually do World 4 skip. Yeah, if only he had roll, if he had opened one more vault. But, I mean, there was no reason to open another vault, so it makes sense.
Also, Mappy going for the safe stretch there, going into Duel by the Dragon for a location past the first 3 key wall.
Yep. Going for the old version of World 4 skip, something that he's probably more comfortable and familiar with. I'm sure a lot of us feel that way. Since the first half hub 4 skip version is so new, many people still haven't even tried it at all, including myself. I haven't practiced it or anything. I'll probably just stick with the old version, because I'm a boomer. But he at least did hit it first try, so that was really nice.
Ese era mi plan original. Pero ahora estoy más interesado en poner fin a tu negocio de extorsiones con avalanchas.
Unfortunately for Baconman, I think if he hadn't got stuck in those trees and moved on into the hub, he probably would have gotten the new World 4 skip and been either just as caught up to or just ahead of Mapiotho. But the next big thing for both of them, well, once Baconman gets his World 4 skip, is going to be the Grim Pandas that can save or lose a lot of time. Also, I just noticed as Baconman went through... okay, never mind. I thought he only had 1 charm, but he's good. He still has a charm for World 4 skip. And he is going for the new setup as well. Meanwhile, Map missing his first Grim Panda. Let's see if he gets any others. Ooh, this looks pretty good, Bacon. Nice.
Clean,
New
just
World
clean.
Force Kit. That's gonna save a ton of time over map. Just gonna be a panda fight behind as map gets one Grim Panda, or at least one, I don't know. Okay, he got at least 2. I'm not sure if he got a 3rd one or not. But he didn't dive, Badge.
No swag strats here.
Yeah, DQ'd, no dive on Panda King.
Nos dirigíamos
Alright,
al
so
garaje
Mapiotho is
cercano
going to be
de
entering
Rusia.
World 5.
Mientras consultaba la
Regardless
página
of the
que pedía
task,
sobre los
on
20 mapaches
Remaster, it's
Mapache
faster to just always watch the World 5
En
intro
las 4
cutscene,
partes del
because it's
ladrones
just
Mapachibus
too
recuperadas
short
hasta ahora,
to reset.
aparecía a menudo un búho que se parecía
But
mucho a
there's
los que
also a
piensa Clockwork de
task
los
called
archivos
Foreshadowing
temporales.
that he's going to be completing just
O
by
era una
watching this
extraña
anyway, so
coincidencia, o se me escapaba algo.
kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. And let's see how many Grim Pandas Baconman can get on his side. Mapiotho got 2, possibly 3, I didn't quite catch it. Baconman getting 1. 2. 3. So tied or better than map. All 4. Nice job, Baconman. That's some decent time save to map there. Did he dive? I missed it. Oh, he did.
Yes, he did. He did. The dive
But
strats
he
weren't
missed
worth it.
the view map. No. Okay, Mapiotho scared me. He didn't break that far left mine, and I didn't know if it would kill him or not. It looks like Baconman, so during the intermission earlier, he mentioned to us that his controller has been having some phantom inputs. His controller's a little bit broken at the moment, making it's definitely, visibly making it more difficult for him to play. And I wouldn't doubt if that probably happened right here, whenever he tried to view map from Panda King and then the view map canceled out. I would have no doubts if something like that happens, unfortunately. Alright, and now he's going to be watching the World 5 intro cutscene for foreshadowing and just to get there. Their goal in World 5, the whole reason they're here, is that they need to get to temporary truce and then allow a Robo Falcon to kill Sly. That is the calling air support task. And then as soon as that's done, they'll be able to go back to Mugshot, fight Mugshot, and end the race. So this is shaping up to be a sub-hour seed, which is pretty cool, especially considering the fact that they had to go all the way to World 5 and it's still potentially sub-hour. Mapiotho almost got by a Falcon right at the end of Hazardous Path here, and that would have made them about even. But he managed to pull through, heading on into Burning Rubber. And now the biggest obstacle to them is going to be Bentley Skip. However, we saw Mapiotho pull off a really cool, really clever Bentley Skip I had never seen before in the last race. And it seemed pretty easy, to be honest. So as long as he's able to do that again, I don't think he's going to have any issues. I don't think he got a slug despawn, or at least I didn't see if he went for it.
Mappy got a slug despawn.
He did? Okay. Yeah, I didn't see if he did it at the beginning or not. Baconman avoiding getting exo bouldered. Omega lol. Shoutouts to Exodus X Animate. We actually do have a task in the stop list that's sort of created in honor of Exo, where you have to allow yourself to get killed by the boulders in Hazardous Path. That one was sort of made with Exo in mind, which is a fitting tribute, I think. Alright, Matt finishing up a nice little burning rubber there, as Baconman is here at the end, hazardous path with the Robo Falcon Swarm. Nice. Okay, so hopefully we'll be seeing Mapiotho doing that really cool Bentley skip again. The one that Ostrava, myself, and a few people in chat were all like, what? What is going on? Yeah, I was shook. I had never seen this before. So if you missed it the first time, get ready for a treat. Ooh, really nice swag movement there. Okay, it looks like I am letting you all down. Looks like Mapiotho is, oh, never mind. He was going for the old setup, but he's now going for the cool setup that I was just mentioning.
Mappy's like, screw those dart guns, we're gonna do it the cool way.
Yeah, we gotta have some swag in here. Yeah, so this is a new, well, I think Knuutti in chat said it's been around for a decent amount of time, but like under a year. It's definitely new to me, but basically you get the camera stuck far away from Sly so it doesn't follow him to trigger entering the hacking job, and he just super jumps his way through it, which is really awesome. And now he just needs to allow Sly to get killed by a Robo Falcon here in Temporary Truce. Then he can load his save file into the mugshot fight and finish out the race. Meanwhile, Baconman is almost done with Burning Rubber. Yeah, so he's just gonna sit here, not shoot the Falcon until Dedge. Unlucky. And he has a mugshot save. So this allows him to skip viewing map back to the hideout, scrolling over to World 2 inside the hideout, scrolling to the last call mission on the map, and then watching or skipping the mugshot intro boss cutscene. It skips so much, saves a lot of time to have a save file there. And by the time I finished explaining all that, he's already on to phase 2 of the fight. Baconman going for a different Bentley skip setup. He's going to go for the proxy here. Nice little setup where this turret... Oh no, unlucky. I was about to say he got a nice launch, but he missed the load zone for the next level. Meanwhile, map is done. GG Mapiotho. 54-24 in the race room was his final time. I believe we're going to see Baconman just finish out his run as well. He's only got 2 more tasks, one of them being the boss. Nice boost jump there. Alright, hopefully we'll get into the load zone this time. Okay, nice launch. That looks good to me. Nice. Good job, Baconman. Any jumpers? Just gotta make sure Sly survives past these slugs. And doesn't get soft locked, because as you might know, he can sometimes get stuck in one of his hiding spots. But looks like we're good. He's just gonna sit here on this chimney. Hey, look, a bird. Oh no. Okay, well, unlucky. That completes calling air support. Let's see, did he have a save file? It looks like he didn't. So he's gonna do menu back to the hideout, menu over to mugshot, and start the fight. Yeah, GG Mapiotho for a pretty quick race. Like I said, a sub-hour seed, despite having to go all the way pretty deep into World 5. Very impressive. You know, it really shows why these two are the top runners of the SlyGolds League, at least for Season 1. Every season, we're going to be resetting the leaderboard. Everybody will be starting on a fresh 0 points blank slate. So again, if you're interested in joining S.T.O.P League, especially for the new Season 2 changes that will be coming up, I would highly recommend !stop in chat, open up the info doc, review some stuff if you want, and click on the sign up sheet so that we can get you added.
And maybe if we get enough runners, instead of just a final this time around, maybe we could have a little tourney to finish off the season.
Yeah, that would be really good idea, Strava. If we have enough people, maybe have a larger championship at the end of Season 2. And I'm really excited about Season 2. I haven't announced what's going to be changing, what we're doing for it, but it's going to be pretty cool. Oh, nice, Bacon Man, diving through that mirror. The swag strats, I love it. And it's just a chandelier jump and some mirror smacks away from victory. GG Bacon Man. His final time in the race room, 58:07. So both runners finishing under an hour. Very impressive. Good job, guys. Congratulations again to Mapiotho for being the winner of this race and the champion of Season 1 SlyGolds Stop League. We're going to drag our runners back in for any sort of commentary or discourse they might have about the race. Welcome back, Mapiotho and Bacon Man. GG's to both of you on your run, finishing strong. Both of you getting a sub-hour on a seed where you go pretty deep into World 5. Very impressive. And of course, congrats to Mapiotho for SlyGolds Stop League Season 1 champion. How are you feeling, Matt?
I'm feeling good. Like I like this run at all. Really like it.
Yeah, this was
Hopefully
a
most
pretty fun seed.
Yeah, I'm
For
feeling
sure.
alright.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Bacon
Yeah.
Man, how are you feeling?
I played decently, I guess. I played better than the first seed, at least.
Yeah, you got another bottle crash on World 2 skip, which was really unfortunate. And then I had a question for you about Panda King. I assume you had another phantom input that like messed up the view map or something.
No, that was just me. You know, messing up X and circle is kind of fun. Korean and
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
Korean. Right?
When I'm used to playing on, like, I played a lot of OC recently, so I'm used to like pressing X. So yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, whenever you play on Korean or Japanese, it switches the X and circle inputs. So X on the North American version will be like, accept. It'll like confirm your input. Whereas in Korean Japanese, that's like cancel or back out for X instead. So definitely can be a little confusing there, along with the fact that you were mentioning your controller is a little broken as well. So that kind of sucks. But in any
Bacon Man
case,
doing a crash run casually right
yeah,
now.
we're going to have a quick crash run for you guys in Japanese here. But no, seriously, both of you guys put on 2 fantastic races today. And I think the second one was just even better from both of you. I really liked that one a lot.
Nice.
And yeah, Yamada, thanks for signing up to the Stop League. We'll make sure you get added, and I hope lots of other people get added because we're going to be announcing Season 2. Probably going to be some news about that tomorrow. So look forward to that. Other things that you can look forward to from SlyGolds coming up, as you all know, Tituary 2024 coming up very soon. We're going to have what we always have every January 31st at midnight into February 1st, we're going to have our very own Oggyerino do our Tituary 2024 intro. It's going to be a good time, so make sure you're there. That will be midnight Central European time, I believe. And of course, we'll have some sort of community tituary race at the end of the month as well. So lots of stuff to look forward to SlyGolds. Those are only 2 things that I just mentioned, but we have even more after that in the pipeline. So it's going to be an exciting year for SlyGolds, exciting time for all of the runners in the community. Appreciate all of you for joining our stream today. Thank you, Mapiotho and Baconman, for providing us with 2 awesome races. GG's again. Is there anything that you guys want to say before we are signing off soon?
Everyone
Not
join
really.
for the league right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
And play Crash Bash as well.
really fun.
And play Crash Bash. Yeah. All right. Well, I really appreciate that. Ostrava, you got anything you want to add?
I do not, Nave.
Well, I appreciate you helping me calm today. It was a Herculean task for us to talk about really interesting races. This was a lot of fun for sure. So, with all of that said, one final time, thank you everybody for being here, racing, calming, restreaming. Shoutouts to Oggyerino. Shoutouts to Knuutti for creating the randomizer. And shoutouts to Stop League. I believe that will be it for us today. We'll see you soon. Everybody say bye-bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.